Y'all look so good. Thank you very much, Tom. Senator Dwayne. He is makes it a little bit difficult for me when I come up here because every now and then people will say that I have a shot at being one of the handsome guys in our conference. But then Tom gets up, and I kind of fall back into second place. But Tom has been a long-standing friend. He's somebody I love, somebody I care for, and you could not have a better advocate for all the right causes that we all deserve than in Senator Tom Dwayne. Tom, I love you very much. And let me, Tom said it, and, oh, that's how I look on the big screen? You know, from a poor boy from Queens, on the south side of Queens, to come here and look on the screen like I'm at the Oscars or something. You know, it takes a moment. It takes a moment. So, but let me obviously give a nice shout to the Guild Foundation, the Guild Group rather, and HRC and Pride. Let me just say, you should take a great deal of pride in what has happened in the state legislature. Most people don't recognize, and they fail to grasp how significant this particular campaign was. Everybody, and not to minimize what happened in Washington, I am so excited, I'm thrilled about Barack Obama, first African-American president in the United States of America. There's no question about it. But you can't take away what Gil, what HRC, and what Pride has done in the state of New York. The first time in the history of the state of New York, you have an African-American who is the president of the Senate, an African-American who believes strongly and support marriage equality and looking to make it happen. That is huge. That is huge. And you have a state legislature now who is not afraid to act. So I want to thank all of you. Many of you know what you did. You know where you went. Some of you I've seen in Florida. Some of you I've seen in Pennsylvania. Some of you I've seen in D.C. Some of you I've seen right here in New York. But I will never forget that you took your time, your effort, separated yourself from some of your family members who didn't want to understand why are you putting all that time, energy, and resources into those politicians. You know they're going to do what they always do, say one thing and do another. Well, that's not going to happen this year. So, let me thank you all and Tom for that warm introduction. It is great to be here amongst friends. You have been at the forefront of so many issues critical to advancing human rights and have helped us make great strides towards social justice for all citizens. All life is interrelated. And this is a quote not from me, but a famous gentleman. All life is interrelated. We are all caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied into a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one of us affects all indirectly. Those words were spoken by a great advocate for civil rights while he sat in a prison cell in Montgomery, Alabama, Dr. Martin Luther King. And he was right then, and he's right now. This is, y'all done clapped around 3 times for me. I'm gonna get a little excited. You know, politics, we don't get claps too often, so when you keep doing that, I might start preaching up in here. You know, I got that in my spirit. But first, I'll perform some marriages first. This is the same principle that brings us together today. The responsibility belongs to each of us individually to struggle for social justice and equality for every man and woman in our state and our nation. The words of Dr. Martin Luther King and other great leaders of the civil rights struggle taught us that we cannot simply concern ourselves with our personal cares and responsibilities, because our story and our neighbor's story are part of the experiment in democracy that we call America. This is what has shaped my ideals and my values and my work. Politics is the ultimate form of public service, the pursuit of which should be a calling and not a career. And I know I get in trouble whenever I say that to my elected officials friends, but I always try to impress upon them that if you are in this business as a career, it is not the right business. You've got to be in this business because the calling is in your heart, because you want to do the right thing, because you want to make the right changes, not because you want prestige or someone to stroke your ego every now and then by calling your name out loud. If that's why you're here, then you need to step aside and let people like Tom Dwayne take your place. I believe I did not choose the path that I am walking. I believe public service chose me. So my door is always open to you because we have the same goal. A shared vision for achieving equality and civil rights for all. I know one of your top priorities is the recognition of marriage between same-sex couples, something that I strongly support, something that I believe in, and something that we will make happen together. Although we do not have the number of votes at this time needed to pass the marriage equality gender bill this legislative session, we are committed to pursuing its passage. And the question is not if, the question is when. So our work still needs to happen for it to happen this year, but I'm gonna need your help and I'm gonna need your prayers. And I know Brother Hochberg, you're sitting over there. I'll come down and see you. But we will make that happen. As the national debate over gay marriage continues, we're winning in court of public opinion. I believe that the opponents aren't gripped by the kind of all-consuming passion, if you will, to derail the rights of same-sex couples to unite under the law, but there is a spreading consciousness that your vision, your positive vision, will ultimately prevail. That is why organizations like Human Rights Campaign, the Pride Agenda, are so critical. Your advocacy, your voice is what we need to secure human rights and dignity for all. Your goals are interwoven into American dreams. We all want marriage, we all want a family, and we all want a home where we can raise our family. This is a huge moment for all of us. There is no question the election of Barack Obama as the president of these United States has sent a clear message to this country and to this world that everyone's rights are their rights. And you should not let government in its own way get in that place. I am not particularly excited about the fact that we have to even debate the issue of marriage in the state legislature. That should just be your right. It really isn't our place to get into your personal lives and tell you what to do. Shame on government. So we have a little bit of work to do. Human Rights Campaign, we have a little work to do. Gil, we have a little work to do. Pride, we have a little work to do. Tom, we have a little work to do. But it's important that you understand that every single day that I get up, and I've been blessed, let me tell you, I did not set out to become the minority or the majority leader in the state Senate. I was going to do my 10 years, go back into real estate development, where my wife was happy because she wasn't working at that time. She's working now, though. I mean, it was a wonderful life. I had a nice 25-foot Crown Line boat. I used to park at Freeport. I used to have my trim tabs working, have myself on the water every now and then. Now, I got to drive a Chevy. Oh, nothing wrong with a Chevy. Nothing wrong with a Chevy. But I got to drive the Chevy going up to Albany every day. But I do enjoy it. It is a calling for me. God has been good to me in my life. And I tell you, as I stand here before you, we will take care of marriage equality in the state of New York. You will be proud to be living in this state called the Empire State. Thank you. God bless you. And I love each and every one of you.